Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Hey, that's the first story we're looking at. If it ain't one thing, it's another. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the show. It is 4 p.m. here on the East Coast. That means it's time to get going. I am Jay Chain. Smash the like, hit the heart, do the things that you got to do to support yourself for being here. You could be anywhere, literally anywhere in the world, but you are here hanging out. So I appreciate you. So you might as well support yourself. So you can do that by smashing the like. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch. I probably pulled too many news articles, to be perfectly honest with you, but it is what it is. There's some fun ones, there's some serious ones. Give me 1 second. I don't want to be rude to AJ and just be yelling with my door open. Definitely wanted to get that thing shut. So in case he's working on something, doing some video content, whatever. But hey, what's up? What's up? Looking at the chat, you guys have been rolling since I got this thing started for a couple hours ago. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you being here. Again, we've got some fun articles, some interesting ones, and then we're going to go through some news and numbers. We got to take a look at our 5K portfolio. Things are not looking as good as we wanted them to for the month of October. Things were cooking. They were cooking for a minute, and then it slowed down. We've done the most damage, to be honest with you, in the trading account. So probably need to update the portfolio balance for that as well, which we can do today. And then also, I do want to take a look at the Karate Combat versus H-Bar Challenge. It was $50 of each. Both of them are down under $50 right now. Just so happens that Hedera H-Bar is 11 cents short of its $50 start point, whereas Karate Combat's sitting at $45.11. So $4.89 down on that one. So we'll keep checking in on that, but we'll get to the news. We'll get to the numbers after we get through some of the news. But I appreciate you guys. Yesterday was a great show. I believe Eddie, if I'm not mistaken, won the Gold Trademaster NFT. So congratulations, Eddie. We're gonna be doing another giveaway for tomorrow, actually, on the Breakfast Show. We're doing some Gotti giveaways. So I will put out a post later today, inviting everybody to the show, letting you all know that there will be a giveaway. And so we'll see how that goes. But it's been a fun week. I can't believe that it is pre-pizza day. I'm very thankful. That's one of my favorite things about waking up on Thursday is I wake up and go, oh, what day is it? It's like, oh, it's Thursday. Oh, tomorrow's pizza day. So that's how I start my day every Thursday. And then obviously we'll go to bed tonight. And when I wake up tomorrow, I'll put a smile on my face. I'm definitely wearing my pizza shirt tomorrow. Sorry if the thing looks a little glitchy. I've been having major issues with the internet today in my office for whatever reason. I even went as far as got the long internet cable and brought it in here. So if it's a little glitchy, I apologize. Let me know in the chat if we got any problems. So, but I appreciate you guys. Let's go. Should we get into the articles? You guys saw a little glimpse of it before. Right as I started, I had it up. I was looking at the first one. Here we go. Kraken. They're picking Optimism for their new layer 2, going to be called Ink. Inky or Ink? We'll find out here down in a second. I believe it's just Ink. So the disclosure come nearly a year after CoinDesk broke the news that they were considering their own layer 2. So they did call it Ink. It's the new network. Built on the OP stack, a customizable toolkit that lets developers create their own blockchains using Optimism's technology. The network is expected to go live early 2025. Boom, boom, boom. That was a nice little wrap. So we'll see how that goes. Optimism has seen significant success recently with major crypto firms and even non-crypto firms. I see Sony, Uniswap. Let's see, what else did they get here? So they're trying to play off of what Base's success was and doing a layer 2 roll off of Ethereum, which is a good thing. I honestly, I'm having a great time utilizing the Base ecosystem. And I don't know if you guys have done it or not yet, but it seems like transactions cost a penny. And I don't have a problem with that. I know that there are some cheaper chains, and that's fine. But knowing that Ethereum is absolutely crazy as far as the gas fees typically go, and for you to be able to just get in and out for a penny, like I'm okay with that. And so it's been a great experience so far. Brett on base is by far, I think, my biggest, I think, pick so far for this bull run. I think if we look at the, let's see, let me look at my portfolio here. Because I had only, when I bought it, like even with all these dips and all these things that were happening here, I had only ever bought like $1,000 of it. And I think it's still like pretty far up, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, it's obviously the security of my eyeballs making it hard to get in here. Oh, wait. Yeah. Why am I looking on? I was looking on the Trust wallet. It's on the Coinbase wallet, right? No, I can't find it. Here it is. Get that eyeball scan. Yeah, so not now. Jesus, come on. Remind me later. That's obnoxious. All we want to know is, yeah, so things are still hanging tight for Brett. And so that's looking good. And got a couple other coins in the ecosystem. I've definitely enjoyed using that over Ethereum 100%. And I feel like, you hear other people talking about it. You see the writing on the wall, especially when the gas was there. The GUI was down to like, at one point, like not even a full GUI. And so, it's just not a solution that I think anybody's going to go with in the long term. And so, Ethereum being the enterprise solution versus a retail solution, no problems there. Let them do that. Those, it's enterprise and those size transactions with any kind of gas fee are not going to matter. It really wouldn't matter to the retail and say like gaming, all that kind of stuff. Like that's crazy. So you're going to have to put it onto a different kind of a solution. And hey, Base is one of those, man. What do you guys think? Do you use Base? Drop your comments down below. I want to know. Are you a Base fan? And if you do, what are you buying? Are you into the memes, or are you doing like some of the other coins that you got on there? Some of the more normal ones that you can get. You just get them on the Base eco. Like you can just like be an ETH maxi, but just like do it on Base so that you don't have to deal with the bullshit gas fees and stuff. Nope. Brian does not use Base. Check it out, man. If you like Ethereum, check it out. It's all the same stuff, and it's just much faster and much cheaper. Love it. Shout out to Modern Canadian, my guy Mike. What's up, homie? Yesterday, Wednesday night, guys. In case you don't remember, I'm going to run through this really quick. We'll get back to the news in just a second here. But I always love saying what's up to my YouTube fam here. Shout out to Ellie. There we go. We got Blocky. We got everybody in there. Where was I going with that? Oh. So with the morning show, so Mike, he's been doing the game nights Wednesday night. So Forgotten Playland, that was such a cool experience to check that out. That's going to be like a Mario Party style game. It's not, your typical shooter and all that stuff that everybody wants. So it was really cool. Like Emmy and I, we had the iPad out, so we were just watching Mike play, but definitely looks like a very fun game to do. It's like a social style thing. And so shout out for him for doing that and kind of incubating and building this Web3 gaming night that he does for his channel, but we do it under the Web3 Breakfast brand, which is fun. But so the whole week, as the breakfast show lays out, is, Monday I've got the partnership with Crypto Mag, and so I'm the voice behind Crypto Mag. We got Mr. Dude, who is the voice behind the Web3 Breakfast account. Great partnership. I love where that is going. We got some great things planned for the future. So keep on the lookout for that. Tuesdays, we do NF Tuesday. That is spearheaded by my guy, Kerry. He's doing a fantastic job getting us great guests, great blockchains, projects, all sorts of stuff. So if you like NFTs and where that ecosystem is going, make sure you check out NF Tuesday. Wednesday, we do Web3 Gaming as well in the morning, and then in the evening, Mike will do on his channel a little play test of a game, and then a group session where it's something that the group can get involved in. So check that out. Thursdays, today we did RWA, DeFi, Bitcoin, stuff like that, really just kind of more in depth into the ecosystem. And then, like I was talking about a few minutes ago, Friday is always pizza day as you know it. And so we'll be taking everybody's pizza order at the end of the show Friday. It's just a fun, casual conversation about crypto, about nothing, about everything, all at the same time. Ends with your pizza order. So if you are ever inclined to come up the stage to the morning show, please do. That is one of my favorite things about the show, is how often we get people first time in a show, first time on a stage, first time talking in a show. I think we've got the record for it. I know that we've not yet applied to the Guinness Book of World Records, but I know that if we did, we would be accepted immediately for having the most first timers speaking in a space. So shout out to y'all. Make sure that you guys tune in Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So, all right, that was that. That was that little house cleaning. Smash the like, hit the heart, do the things you got to do. Let's go. Reward yourself. All right, let's get back to the news. We were talking before I was so rudely interrupted by myself about the layer 2 that is going to be coming on to Kraken Inc. early 2025. So let's see here. Rival Arbitrum is the biggest layer 2 project with a total collateral value locked about 13.6 billion. That's far ahead of Optimism flagship network at 6.1 billion. But in terms of the family of layer 2 protects Optimism Tech, afforded a lot of roll-ups. All right, here's a quote. We always love quotes. We'll get out of here, out of this article, as soon as we're done with this quote here. And L2 is only as good as the value it brings to users, and that value is created by a thriving ecosystem of developers. And that was from Andrew Kohler, the founder of Inc., in a press release shared by CoinDesk. As part of the super chain, Inc. is layering the groundwork for an interoperable and pluralistic on-chain ecosystem that will attract developers and make Inc. the ideal platform for the next generation of DeFi applications and protocols. All right. Be on the lookout. Early 2025, Inc. coming to you from Kraken. Bitcoin whale accumulation hits 670K all-time high amid Bitcoin's V-shaped bounce. Now we'll see what happens. Like I'm cautiously optimistic about this bounce that we're seeing. I know it's like 68.2 something, probably 68.3. I'm like somewhat annoyed with myself. I've done this a couple times now, and I will use the pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered theory. I had $65,333 as an order. 65,250 is what it wicked down to. So my order would have filled yesterday, and it would have been sitting pretty because it was 15x, and it was a pretty hefty, for me, a pretty hefty size order. And it is what it is. I thought it was going to go lower, and so I canceled out of that order. And it is what it is. I've always been really good at predicting where I was going to go. And with that first target I did, and what I was using was previous support resistance areas that we had seen in months past. I thought that we were going to go down to one more level down, but it didn't happen. But I feel like we still have a little bit of time. We are running out of time to get any more corrections before, as Mike Monica, I'm going to bring this one up here because this is a term that we coined this morning on the Breakfast Show, and it's called Moonvember. And Moonvember is coming soon. And so we just got to get through October. Hopefully we could see one more little Bipsky. I'm hoping, and I say that not out of any research or anything. It's more just out of hopium. Remember this morning, smoking those hopium joints. You still see 62. I love that blocky. Again, I see that. I feel like this is out of historical, this is out of being in, this industry for a number of years and just kind of understanding the way that it works, the way that it moves. And a lot of people could say on a chart and be like, no, man, primed, ready to go. And I just, before we go, before liftoff, there are just things that happen. And the market moves in mysterious ways, as they would say, and you cannot count out. We have not seen a $10,000 candle day yet. We have not seen one yet, and I firmly believe that we are going to have a massive, massive candle in one direction or the other. Right? I mean, we have to. That was ridiculous that I said that. We're going to see a candle down before we see up. It has to do that. That's just how it works. And so let's get back up towards 70. Let's do that. But we're going to have to come back down and retouch these levels, these prior resistance, which are now support levels. We're going to have to go back and test them one last time as it's just a little hoorah, baby, how we feeling? That's just how it works. 48, and it never happened. 48 was I don't know, 48 that when all of that was going on, and I remember 52, even people were talking about 52. That was just not in the cards at that particular moment. And if we were to, we'll look at the numbers when let's get through. I said we got a shitload of stories. We got to blast through these things if we want to spend any kind of considerable time looking at numbers. So. Shout out to the chat. Also, smash a like, hit the hearts, do the things you guys got to do. Please and thank you. I sure do appreciate it. I actually got a video We're going to do this right now, actually, because I'll put the volume into the mic, and y'all are going to, if you don't want to do this for me, right? If you're not going to do this for me, then gosh darn it, you're going to do this for her. Yes, as she said, smash the like button. So get in there and smash that like button, or I'll smash your face. Big announcement coming up soon. All right. I feel like Justin's son. The announcement of the announcement. It's been a fun day. All right, let's get into this one. Bitcoin whale accumulation hit 670K, all-time high amid the V-shaped bounce. Bitcoin's price has swiftly recovered above 67,000. So we touched 68,000. This is slightly older news. When did this come out? This was an hour ago. It's old news, man, because we are bumping. Yeah, I appreciate that, Mike. If you don't hit the like button, you hate kids. All right, here we go. Bitcoin whale balances indicate optimistic long-term expectations. I mean, there's no way around it. Like, we're clearly about ready to explode, right? And for whatever reason, if we think that we need like this election to be our catalyst, great. It could be a buy the rumors, sell the news kind of thing, because in the grand scheme of things, like Bitcoin and crypto is bigger. It should be bigger than the termination of a U.S. president. We were humbled recently by some people who were saying, like, who do we think we are? We are on the way out. Our dollars, on the way out. Why would we think that, Bitcoin needs to respect who our president is? And at the end of the day, we are still the superpower and everything, but Borrow Virtual, a verified Bitcoin researcher on Crypto Quant, highlighted that the current whale holding reached a new all-time high around 670,000 Bitcoin. Shout out to the whales. This accumulation phase can be characterized as calm before the storm in this medium and long term. Whew. Bitcoin's parabolic price rise occurs when the whales gradually reduce their holdings and retail investors absorb the selling pressure from the market. Come on, whales. Come on, whales. Let's eat some krill or whatever, however that would be. Anything else in here that we need to read? Look at this chart. What is this? Bitcoin Golden Moment Indicator chart by Mustache. Oh, we're about to hit one, right? Every time there's positive. Here we go. Guys, come on. Come on. You know what's going to happen. We're going to have a great, great rest of the year. 2024, we are going to go out with a bang, right? We've got I think we started the month in about 63,000, right? Maybe in the 63s, we're in the 67s. Maybe we ended around 70. We're up a couple percent, no big deal, but the big show starts in November. And if we've got, again, use the election as the catalyst, as the it's not going to be decided that night, though. And so that's why I think maybe buy the rumor, sell the news has more validity than normal to it. Interesting. Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Next article, please. Putin says Russia is open to mending relations with America, but only if Trump wins. I don't know why this article. Why are we talking about? It's not crypto related, is it? Well, anyway, that'd be a good thing, right? I'm sure we'd like to have better relations. I'd rather have better relations with Russia than send money to Ukraine. Call me old-fashioned. Call me old-fashioned. Putin says Russia will only consider fixing relations with the U.S. if Trump wins the 2020 election. They're getting military support from North Korea. Putin blames Europe's energy crisis on their decisions to stop using Russian gas, not on Russia's actions. This is the news that we're getting. That's one thing that we've always got to remind ourselves, is that this is the news that we're getting. This might not be the actual factual stuff. We know that we're lied to about every other freaking thing that you could imagine. SWE is down. This might be the time to be perfectly honest with you, like this would be the time to scoop up some sweet. Did my camera freeze? Maybe for a second. When we get to the charts, go to November 2020 and take a look what it did after the election, and that's with Biden winning. All right, we'll do that. We will definitely take a look at that. All right. Let's move on to another article. I'm just gonna pretend like I don't think this camera is absolutely freezing on me, and that this show is moving like normal. You guys tell me in the chat otherwise. Pundit says Solana and Ethereum will outdo Bitcoin on a Donald Trump win. Who's the pundit? Alex Kruger. Altcoins like Ethereum and Solana are the trades to take in case of a Donald Trump win. I don't know about I don't know what Ethereum would have to do with it. I mean, the market in general really is kind of the whole idea here. Speaking at the Bits and Bips podcast, the Popular Economist noted that the Trump trade is not Bitcoin, but altcoins. Altcoins, you got to have Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got to rip before altcoin season. And so if we see Bitcoin go up to 80 and then chill out, I think then we know that it's altcoin season and that things are ready to rip. Let's see here. Bitcoin has grown 5% in the past month. Solana has mirrored the Kruger's assertions. Solana will flip Ethereum's market cap. I don't doubt that, to be absolutely perfectly honest with you. And we'll take a look at the numbers in a second here so that we can support that conversation. Remind me, we want to look at the market caps of Ethereum versus Solana and see what it's going to take for that to flip, because that could happen very soon. Pennsylvania House passes bipartisan Bitcoin bill. This is speaking to seek clarity on the digital assets industry, including self-custody payments and taxation. The Bitcoin rights bill, as they're calling it there. Shout out to Pennsylvania for doing something, right? Now waiting for the old feds. They're doing their own thing. Crypto stands out as one of the topics candidates in the upcoming U.S. election have sought votes on, including the presidential level. Stuff like this. Again, the governmental mass adoption of crypto. We'll say Bitcoin because that seems to be the number one, right? That's the most accepted. You can count on that versus like kind of blanketing crypto and talking about memes and people getting wrecked of all that. But this is it, right? This is what we talk about, is that it's going to come by three ways. It's institutional, it's governmental, and then it's retail. Institutional, done. It's in the bag. It's already locked up. Forget about it. Governmental is literally happening right before our eyes. We see articles like this. You see Trump, you see Kennedy, you see guys like that at the Bitcoin conference talking about strategic reserves of Bitcoin, right? Okay. That's massive. You see other countries. You got El Salvador, Bukele, a Bitcoin a day they're buying. At least that's what they're telling you, right? You got other countries that are doing that as well. There was just an article. I can't remember the name of the country. If it was Bhutan, maybe it was a different one. I'm not sure at the moment. But they're same kind of things that they're starting to say strategically, like, all right, we're going to start building reserves of a Bitcoin. Or they've been doing it. They've announced it, but they're going to keep ongoing, right? So there are probably countless other countries that haven't said that because they don't want to announce it yet. So that is literally happening right before our eyes. And then once, and again, I'll say it again, I will start to chill out on this, and thank fucking God the election is happening soon so that we can stop talking about all of this politics stuff. But what's going to happen, and I'll lay the strategy out for you guys, is that what I see is that, you know, when Trump wins the election, is that we've got to get through those first 100 days. We hear about Bitcoin. That's our signal that that's something that they care about, and that's something that is actually going to be moving forward, because those first 100 days are that important, that those topics that you talk about are kind of what carries the weight in the narrative through. And so if that happens to be one of those, that is massive. Again, that's our signal. And then that is, you know, the next push. And, you know, as the price with Bitcoin, again, we talk about maybe we get to 80 now, and then, you know, we see a little chill off while alts run, and then we push towards 100K. Maybe we get into the 90s, whatever, during the month of December. And then, you know, we chill that back down. And then once the inauguration happens, again, then we move into those first 100 days. And that, when we get that signal, that's when it's on. So RWA's red wins America. I have a MAGA hat somewhere. I actually went to the first inauguration. I was there, consequently, for the women's rally as well. There happened to be more attendees for the women's rally. Now, that was open to the public versus the inauguration, but that was a wild time in D.C., I'll tell you what. I tell you what. What's up, guys, in the chat and everybody who's watching over on X? I love you guys, and YouTube. Appreciate you guys being here so much. All right. Let's just forget about this article. Shout out to Pennsylvania for passing the Bitcoin bill. That's great. The U.S. government moving 20 million crypto after 8 months of inactivity. The wallet that was linked to the U.S. government moving funds from Aave, including some USDC and some USDT. Tether. Here we go. They are moving the funds. So somebody found this through Arkham Intelligence platform. The U.S. government linked first withdrew 5.4 million in USDC from Aave, and then another transaction pulled 1.12 million of USDT from the platform. Within minutes, approximately $20 million total in assets were moved to a new address, raising further speculation. Interesting. Maybe they're getting ready for the bull run. Maybe they're doing a little leverage trading. Right? Maybe. What do you think they're doing with that 20 million? Like, if I were the government, this would be the fucking time to invest that, right? Do a massive investment, and that thing rips in the bull run. Come on. Is someone not advising the government that we're about to enter a bull run, that they should strategically be, using the crypto that they've got to their advantage? Come on now. Get us out of debt. I'm not saying sell all the crypto, but invest wisely so that we have more money. All right, let's go to our next story. Crypto fraudsters exposed for living a lavish life of private jets and prostitutes. 5 people received prison sentences, $21.6 million in a scam. Let's see, what was the EXW wallet and EXW token? 2 defendants were sentenced to 5 years, 2 to 30 months, and 1 to 18 months. The 18-month was the talker. They were the cooperator. They got the least sentence. Benjamin Herzog pleaded guilty last December. Some convicted individuals were appealing their sentences. Here we go. The defendants led extravagant lifestyles, partying in Dubai and spending significant amounts of lavish purchases. The scheme, primarily based in Dubai, involved smuggling tokens to Austria. Don't get the hookers and the blow, man. That's how you get busted. People wonder, like, hey, where'd you get all that hookers and blow, man? Stolen crypto funds. All right, what's our next article? We got just a couple more. Here's a Web3 article. Independence Day director creating a TV series based on a Web3 game. Show, which based on Space Nation game, plans to use non-traditional distribution channels such as second window broadcast for streamers. Let's see here. Hollywood director Roland Emmerich and producer Marco Weber leading the project Space Nation. Instead of report indicates, let's see, these guys are pursuing the non-traditional methods like we were talking about. Let's see, they want to take an approach that fits into the overall philosophy of what we're doing with the game. Our goal is to be able to finance a significant portion of the budget ourselves through our own economy and our own token. Shout out to you, man. That's amazing. It is a massive multiplayer online, or an MMO game, where players take on the role of starship captains. The Web3 enabled, built on blockchain tech, it will purportedly allow players to participate in a token-based economy featuring NFTs that can be bought and sold and traded in-game. All right. Space Nation, here we go. AAA, the project which received $50 million in early funding. Okay, what's interesting is it's funny, in my head, I'm reading this, and I'm like, all right, off the grid, we know that, the 20 or 30 million, whatever their fund was, that they got. So that was the bar that was set. And so now they got 50 here. Hopefully they use it wisely, right? That's the goal. All right. This is one of those mass adoption articles here. Web3 GameFi sector expected to hit 301 billion by 2030. That seems to just be such a milestone year for a lot of blockchain stuff. And I think That's a really good measurement. And I wonder, what's interesting? We've been talking about lately, and I've asked a lot of people this. At some point, crypto has to decouple from Bitcoin at some point, like completely, because it just wouldn't make sense. Industries that, the example of like, the healthcare and the consumer goods industries, they don't run parallel, that's just not a thing. If, crypto like RWAs, let's use that as the example, over the next 5.5 years, we're supposed to experience a $16 to $30 trillion market cap ecosystem. You've got DPIN, which should experience a several trillion dollar ecosystem. You've got gaming. This article talks about a $500 billion ecosystem from, or it's just 301 billion on this one. I've read some other articles that say 500 billion. So anyway, several hundred billion from, not a whole lot right now, maybe 500 million or way less than that. So you've got such massive growth that we're set to experience over the next couple of years. When in the world would we have time for a bear run because of the 4-year Bitcoin cycle? At some point, like that has to totally decouple. And I wonder, we talk about the super cycle, and a lot of these things are now being measured up to 2030. What if we just run until then? What if 2030, the US stock market from 1988 to 2000 went on a 12-year bull run? There are things like that. This is a growth ecosystem. This doesn't need to follow Bitcoin. I know that Bitcoin's ecosystem will do what it wants to do, and that's totally fine. But the rest of it, it can just run independently. And at some point, that's going to happen. And maybe with the development of all these new ecosystems, right? For a while in crypto, you just had the coins, and you bought into the ICOs, you bought into that, thinking like, this is where it's going. And, back in 2017, you had projects that were launching their ICOs, picking up 30 million, 100 million, whatever it was, with nothing, like there was going to be no marketing. And you like the next week or the next month, you saw the video or the picture of them on their yacht, driving their Lambo. They got the hookers in the blow, like you saw in that story. And, it was just like, where's the marketing? And that was just an afterthought in the beginning of this whole ecosystem. But now, and let's even use like meme coins in this as well. Like, back in the day, like there was just a handful of meme coins, and now every chain has their ecosystem, and they're filled with meme coins, and they're filled with utility coins, and they're filled with this and that. And so now it's like we are starting to see actually this industry and this ecosystem just totally explode and grow, and independently of what Bitcoin does. And that's math, and I get that. But the rest of this is not math. This is now, you've got full-on industries that are coming to light. You've got, you got RWAs, you got gaming, you've got all these different sectors that are just set to build their existence in this economy. I just don't see the Bitcoin thing. And so maybe we have to start thinking like maybe this little run's going to run till 2030 because it's time. It's just time. We're seeing the government mass adoption. If we, again, get that 100-day kind of flag or that signal that, hey, Bitcoin and crypto is important to us, that could be it. That could be the catalyst that we need to trigger retail, because we know that they're not here. They have not been here. Every time they've come here, they get toasted. But at some point, when the government says it's okay, that's when it's okay. And that's when it's going to happen. And I feel like we're coming really, really close to that day. The Web3 GameFi sector expected to hit $301.5 billion by 2030. The nascent report revealed that the GameFi sector is driven by AAA games. That was a combination of AAA and RPG. Let's see. They're suggesting a 68% compound annual growth rate from 2024 to 2030. Again, like it's just what we're saying. You just can't see that kind of growth and have time for years of a bear market. That just doesn't make sense. Gamers, a unique blend of entertainment and financial incentives for the traditional gaming platforms cannot match. We do know that. It also adds tangible real-world value to players' in-game achievements and enhances engagement with additional incentives for progression. Now, I know that that's one of the biggest points of contention with all of gaming is like getting gamers to understand that, like, hey, listen, you know, you play these games and you buy these skins and you spend all this money and you don't get dog shit for it. You get literally nothing for it. And then when you're ready to move on, like, you know, that's money wasted. And yeah, you can call it your entertainment value or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, that is not money that you'll get back. And that is something that is changeable with Web3 gaming. And I think that once that message is driven home, that, you know, even it, and we talked to, and I forget which game it was that we talked to yesterday, where my gamer friends are going to have to remind us and maybe put it in the chat if you guys remember. But one of the projects that we talked to, it's free to play, right? And whether or not you are crypto native, it doesn't matter. When you start the game, you either sign up with your wallet that you've already got, and that's integrated, or you just play. And they build that for you when you sign up, and then you have a wallet, you have an address, you have all these things. And whether you choose to use it, whether you care about it, it doesn't matter. It's there. And say you go a couple years down the road, and you're like, you know what, I'm ready to move on to this game, onto a different game. Now you've got a wallet full of those assets from those NFTs that you can literally sell for value, that if you want to fund that for your next game, or if you want to just take the cash and move on, so be it. Like, that's something that we can do now. And we just have to teach the gamers the right way. I'm not a gamer, so you guys can't rely on me. I rely on you guys to do that. I rely on you also to smash the like button. Make sure that you do that. Hit the heart. Do the things that you got to do. Appreciate it. Remember, and if it's not for me, smash the like button. That's my daughter, in case you guys didn't know. She asked you to smash the like button. All right, let's move on. We've got one more. Here we go. This is another Web3-ish, Web3 article. This is a good one, too. Pudgy Toys launch in 2,000 U.S. Walgreens stores. If you guys don't remember, they launched in the Walmarts last holiday season. Sounds like we're going to get Walgreens. I mean, that's a smart move. Next step up here. Good job, Luca, sorry. One of Ethereum's most popular NFT collections, Pudgy Penguins, has inked a deal with Walgreens to sell physical toys in 2,000 of their stores across the U.S. I've got one on my shelf back there, by the way, in case you guys don't know. It's next to the pizza sign. It's a purple one with sunglasses. It holds up a sign, and I got to get a custom sign made that says Web3 Breakfast, and also J-Chain's Crypto Show, and maybe some other fun ones. I don't know. We'll start doing that, and then maybe during the morning show, because I'm sitting over in the chair back there, it's a little bit closer. You can see that, and it'll be a fun, you know, like it'll be like one of those shows where it'll be the message of the day. Maybe it'll hold just random notes, shouting out community members. You never know. All right. The retailer with $147 billion in 2024 revenue to a short but notable list of vendors offering Pudgy Toys to their customers. Whew. Let's see. You can get them in Walmart, Target, Amazon. Well, Amazon, you can get anything on Amazon, but that's cool. 3 of the largest retailers in the world. That's crazy. We're thrilled to continue expanding our presence in the retail space, allowing fans of all ages to connect with our characters in a new, tangible way. Pudgy Penguins has always been about making a positive impact on people's lives, and it's this connection that has brought us to where we are today, building a brand that brings joy, spreads good vibes, and resonates with fans across the globe. That was from Luca Netz. He is the CEO of the Pudgy Penguins NFT collection. So, or a big media company is what they are referred to as now. So let's see, they're trading for a 9.13 Ethereum, slight drop of 1.3% today. Let's see, the NFT market has suffered a dizzying drop in interest from traders. Penguins are up 85% in 2024, likely off the back of partnerships with big name retailers like Walgreens. Think about that. Most collections are way the fuck down, and they are way the fuck up. That's amazing. Shout out to the Pudgy Penguins for doing it right, man. Who would have thought that the consumer crypto revolution was going to be led by fat, flightless birds? Shout out to the community there. That's a great story. That is how you get mass adoption, and he's doing it. I mean, you talk about being in Walmart, Target, and Walgreens. I mean, Amazon, I get that. You know, it's easy to get on Amazon. I'm just physically in these stores, brick and mortars. That's amazing. Shout out to them, man. That's massive. All right. That concludes our news. Man, that took a lot longer to get through than I thought, but you know, it is what it is. Guys, make sure that you smash the like, hit the heart, do the things you got to do. Let's get some more friends in here. Let's talk some numbers. This is where you can drop some coins in the chat, potentially look at them on the charts and see what's cooking. We're trying to make some money. You feel me? I totally missed my leverage trade, as I said earlier in the show. I was feeling greedy. I had it 65,330. I had it locked in. 333 actually was the to the dollar number, and it dropped down to 65,250. So that order would have gotten cleared up. We would have launched, and we would have been sitting pretty. However, it didn't because I got greedy. I was expecting to get to go into the 63s. So it is what it is. Turbo chart. All right, we'll look at Turbo. I got you, Mike. Oh, we do have a birthday in the house, by the way. Are you here, sir? Let me check the chat. Mike Lowry. Yeah, you were here earlier. Happy birthday, brother. Definitely want to shout you out. We sang happy birthday to you on the morning show. Hopefully your ears are not still bleeding. Anybody that heard that. They're always fun to do, but I tell you what, man, they are slightly off key with all of the different delays. Physically impossible to get that timing right. The host is on a little bit of a delay from the co-host, which on a slight delay from the rest of the speaker panel, which is on like a 10-second delay from the rest of the listeners. And so that's a fun one to nail down. One of these days, the what's the word I'm looking for? The spirits will be on our side. And I wasn't looking for the spirits. This has nothing to do with that. But one of these days, we'll get it. And we'll be in perfect harmony. All right. So the first thing we want to do, as always, is I need to share my screen again. And I want to pull this up. We are going to be looking at the old fear and greed index and looking at our favorite site because they are the most dramatic. And today, the most provocative purveyor and producer of the crypto fear and greed index, coming in at 69. Over on CoinStats. So you can guys check that one out. CoinMarketCap is going to be a little different, as they always are. Sometimes it's like close. Most of the time it's way off. Usually, again, in my perception of this is CoinStats. We like to call them the dramatic one. It's a little bit more juicy, right? So they're coming at 69. And let's see what CoinMarketCap is. CoinMarketCap coming in at 52. You can see that right here. So again, the 69, it tells the story a little bit better. We are pumping. Maybe it is going to be short-lived. Maybe CoinMarketCap's saying, yo, pump the brakes, fam. Yo, it's a little pump, but guess what? We're coming back down. Don't get crazy. We don't want to get people, getting too goofy here, thinking like they gotta start selling. So remember, there's only one way to make money in crypto, literally. Proven. Buy in the fear. Sell in the greed. That's it. That's all you got to do. There's numbers in between, and I get that. There's a lot of money to be made in crypto. But if you're here for a short time or if you're here for a long time, it doesn't matter. The strategy is all the same. You just buy when there's fear and you sell when there's greed. That's it. That is it. Someone was saying numbers the other day. It was like 30s and 70s. Buy in the 30s, sell in the 70s, right? That makes sense. That makes it a little bit more quantifiable if you use the numbers. Buy in the 30s, sell in the 70s. Buy in the 30s, sell in the 70s. But now remember, we're about ready to get into the parabolic phase. And when that happens, all that stuff goes out the window, man. I wouldn't even be, when we get into there, we're not even looking at the fear and greed index. But what's the crypto market doing today? 3% up. We love that. $2.32 trillion. You got Bitcoin 68,157. You got Ethereum 25,35. Love to see Tether at 99 cents. That's always a good thing. You got BNB at just under $600. Solana 177. Let's go. The road to $1,000 starts now. I would love to see Solana at $1,000, and I know you would too. Smash the like if you want to see $1,000 Solana. All right, XRP 53 cents up 1.6% on the day. Let's look at our losers. Actually, before I do that, I want to see, because I'm going to start tracking this, because I know that I took some shit, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm looking at this. We're going to do the Cardano tracker. All right, they're coming in at 11. And so we're going to have to see what's going to happen market cap wise. I think we'll see Avalanche and SHIB come up. Hopefully Chainlink's going to take a nice little pop. I think this thing took a nice little dip. Actually, a nice little rip today. 2% Chainlink did. Shout out to the Link Marines. Let's get it, baby. What were the two market caps that we wanted to look at? It was Ethereum and Solana. Oof. Ethereum 305 billion, and you've got Solana at 83 billion. That is going to be a challenge, a little bit more of a challenge than I thought for them to eclipse Ethereum this bull run, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. It is just more of a challenge than I thought. What do you guys think? How long is it going to take? If it does, it'll probably be Q3 of next year. I think most people are talking Q3, Q4. Now, remember, if we're going to have a run for a couple of years, this maybe makes it a little bit easier, especially if Solana is the chosen one of like VCs and, you know, a lot of this meme coin activity. If this doesn't stop, if it doesn't churn up, you know what I mean? Could just be like butter and get moldy. Churn it too much and it gets, I don't know if that's true about making butter. I was going to lie to you and say if you churn it too much, it makes it moldy. All right, let's look at some losers and see if we've got any potential opportunity. Oh, look at that. ApeCoin down 420%, man. Well, or not 4.20%. You got Psy down a couple percent, Juke down, Swede. That's one, man. I'll tell you what, 195. That thing was down just a little bit lower yesterday. That might have been the lowest opportunity. I might buy actually for that 5K portfolio. I think I'm going to buy $1,000 in Swede today. I think I'm going to do that. Irregardless of what happens over the next couple of weeks, even if it goes down a little bit below, we're under $2. We wanted to get it under $1, but we fucked that up. You know, it seems to be the moral of the story is that we were waiting for a better entry, and you know, it just kind of took off. Now, Swede's a different story. Swede took off like crazy a few weeks ago, like when nothing else was. So that may be one to scoop up today. Anything down on the week that we want to take a look at? Aerodrome down almost 16% on the week. Whew, that's one to scoop up. Throw a couple shekels into that one. I would do that. Swede down almost 6% on the week. Maker, Injective. Injective was one that we were looking at adding to that 5K portfolio, but we did not do. That one kind of ran out of our price range pretty quick. And that's about it. XRP down almost 3% on the week. All right, that is that right there. I wanted to take a look at here at the trading view, right? And I'm going to pull up some of the other charts here in a second that you guys had. I don't know if we just need to look up on Dex tools, if we're looking them up here. But this was the Bitcoin chart. Now, let me zoom this out. This is on the 4-hour. If we look at the daily here, or let's do the weekly because it makes it easier for you guys to see this, that we were looking at, you know, this bull pennant from March, right? Where this thing has clearly just been respecting the lines within, you know, reason up until recently right here too, right? We had a few times where like down here we dipped below it and maybe the lines aren't perfect or whatever, but you guys get the idea of what's been happening since March, right? Is that this bull flag's been playing out. Well, we're on the high side of it. We got this local uptrend right here that has definitely been respected since what, the beginning of August, or I guess the beginning of September. What is this? Yeah, September 2nd. So, you know, we're flirting with this line right here. And this is the top side of our make it or break it moment. Like this thing, if this thing pops out, which, you know, one of the things that we were looking at was like on the weekly, right? If this thing pops out and breaks out, you are definitely want to get your longs. Now, does it have the opportunity to come back down a little fake out? Yeah, but we're getting close to the point where that's not going to happen, where it's literally going to go up. And so that's on the weekly. Now, if we were to zoom in just a little bit, I think on the daily is where we can start to see. And this is where I got the order thing wrong, right? And you see these two red lines. I was talking about this with AJ, is that we were setting these two lines that, you know, this was at one point, this was our resistance point, and it became a support level, a historical support level. Same thing with this down here. And this is what I was looking at, was getting a better entry at the 64s. And there's even some other, you know, theories that you could get down here in the lowers. And, you know, some people were calling for the low 60s, 62, 61, 60s. Still, even now, after where we are now, again, if this uptrend does not get respected, then we could see that if it just plays out with the flag. Remember, the white lines are the flag, the yellow line is the local uptrend, and then these two red lines. What AJ and I were talking about yesterday is the difference between the August and the September kind of highs, which again now are old support levels. And so, or support levels from old resistance levels. And so now we've got this little range. And so yesterday he was saying, you know, if we come down in here, then we might range in here for a little bit. And if we go back above it, like that might be a good long entry. And if we go below it, like, watch out, because we definitely were going to be real close to where, the local uptrend was. And so as things turned out, we went to the upside of it. Now we're again flirting with breaking out again on the whole bull flag from, again, starting back in March. So a lot of things to look at, man. A lot of things to unpack. It's Thursday. We're getting close to a weekend. Like, it makes sense to kind of maybe chill out, over the next 24 hours, send it back down. And if we do respect that uptrend, man, that's where I'll be. That's where I'll be shopping. If we hit that and respect it, I will be shopping for a long, and I will go big on it. And that's my goal, is to just watch this Bitcoin chart. We're talking about the 5K portfolio thing that we were putting together. Again, we still got another $1,000, and maybe it's sweet, maybe it's a different coin. This is one of the ones that we were looking at, and obviously, we wanted it way down here when we drew all these different lines, but we missed out on it. So we missed out on fetch for at least the October, which will now be known as the Movember portfolio, because we're going to roll this sucker right through, because we got hosed on October. It didn't quite do what we wanted it to, and I think everybody feels the same way. Let's see, the graph, that's one that we got in the portfolio. This thing has been respecting the trend up until yesterday. And so now we are down below. Who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully it comes back up, but we're going to keep our eye on it. If, we'll set another level. If it goes below, maybe we'll cut it loose for the rest of the month and put that money into something else. ICP, another one that we wanted to get in on. You see this right here was our whole, like, this is the zone that we wanted to get on back when we were talking about it just a couple days ago. It looks like around the 18th of October, we got back into our zone. Wasn't paying attention to it, so we missed it. But if we come back down, we'll maybe get an entry into ICP in the mid $7 range. Hopefully that's what we'll be looking for. That's what we were looking for before. Definitely want to be looking at the same thing when we move forward there. Injective, I told you when we were looking at this is one that we wanted. It got out of our price range pretty quick, and so we've moved on. It's still on the list, but Jasmine, I posted this the other day. This fucker's ready to pump. This thing is just ready to go. And someone said, like, it's a descending triangle. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, it's either going to break to the upside or break to the downside. So again, you guys want to hit? Take your hits. So the hopium, I'd rather see this thing go up than down. And so I'm definitely going to say it's coiled, ready to roll. Like, this thing's been on the low side. It's been a descending. It's ready for this thing to pop like a snake. This thing's going to coil out of the basket like a cobra, like an Indian man in his flute. This thing's going to pop the top off the basket. That's what I'm hoping for. So be on the lookout for Jasmine. And I think, obviously once the bull run happens, when we get moving, the Japanese culture, this is the Japanese Bitcoin, right, as they call it, like it's going to go. It literally is going to go. So I think all-time high is like $5 on it too. And so being at, like, you get it at under 2 cents, like even if it went to $1, even if it goes to $1, all-time high is $4.99. Even if it goes to $1 and you get it at 2 cents, it's a 50x. Get it? Get some Jasmine. Pump my bags. The second part was a joke. Caspa, this is one that we wanted to get on. I know Ellie, big fan of Caspa. Let me know if you think, are we going to plunge below? Look, we drew these, again, these lines were like, we probably drew these things back in like here, right? And so now this thing has gotten way below into our, holy shit, we got to really think about buying this. And if we come into this level, which we wicked down on the 17th of October into, this is like, you got to be a bozo not to buy. And so we missed, you got to be a bozo not to buy level. Hopefully we come back and touch it again. If we're hoping that Bitcoin is going to come back down, and this is Caspa, they call it like the Bitcoin killer or whatever, the next Bitcoin, then it should do probably the similar thing. And so if Bitcoin's going to come down, then Caspa should come down. And if we can get this thing closer to 11 cents, then by gosh, we're going to do that. Because if we go to Coin Market Cap and let's look at Caspa, let's look at their all-time high is 20 cents. Okay. All-time high of 20 cents of July. Okay, so this just happened. Caspa just touched its all-time high. Let's look at the chart. I mean, if you look at the chart, this thing looks like it's gonna rip, like rip, absolutely rip. Like, look at that momentum. Look at that thing building up. This is just a nice little recoil, a little bit of accumulation, maybe since the beginning of the month, maybe the earlier part of the month or whatever. We've been just kind of accumulating here where we are now. Caspa may be the move. You lost faith in Caspa? It may be the move, though. It may be a move that that happens real soon. It may not outperform other things in the market, but it may be the move to get into it now, wait for the ripski, and then get out and put those gains into something that maybe hadn't moved yet. But it looks like it's getting ready. Definitely looks like it might be getting ready. We could probably zoom out on the chart and draw some different lines other than our support and resistance, and kind of look at where we want to get our entries. Near protocol is our next one that we did not get in. We saw this thing hover down here on the 350 range. We missed it. It's up about 469 right now. If it comes back down, we'll take another look at it. But I feel like for this portfolio challenge thing, we missed kind of the move that we really wanted. So Pith fucking ripped today. Love to see that thing up 16% today. Look at that candle. Pretty soon everything is going to do this, and it'll be like our charts like looking like that every time. So that's amazing. Love to see this. Our when we looked, because Pith is one that we put into the portfolio into the 5K build. Pith crushing it. Or it was down, so it was down below $1,000 because of the recent dip. But now that it's popped back up, it's back up to 1172. So we are up over 10% on our pick on Pith in our Uptober/Moonvember portfolio. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the breakfast crew for coining our new term, Moonvember. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. I'm definitely interested in that. Let's see what else. Render. We can blast through some of these, and then I will get into the chat. Well, I'm going to run it long because why not? I'm not going to do the show tomorrow because it's pizza day. So I'll run a little long if you guys are okay with that, and look at some of those coins that you guys were pulling up. Render. This is one that we've got some lower buy zones that we're looking at, but if you can see, let me zoom out on here. It is absolutely respecting the downtrend here. We had one little blip where we kind of got over a little bit over here at the end of September, but has since then definitely respected this triangle. And so we are nearing some levels that we really wanted to get in at Render. Remember, they got a partnership with Apple. This is going to have a very, very bright future. And I know we're only talking pennies here, but we want to be able to show percentage gains and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really trying to maximize the gains on this particular portfolio and what we're showing. So I really would like to get better entries. And that's why we're being patient. Like, we're showing that the whole thing of all of this is patience. Like, that is the transformation of wealth, is the that Warren Buffett said, right? Is being able to be more patient than others, because you will win by being able to do that. And not only with, these spot buys that I'm doing, but also with my leverage trading. Like, I missed the trade. I missed it. It's okay. There will be another one. I will wait for a retracement, and if the conditions are right, I will get into it. But I don't want to risk, because I will put 100% of what I've got into it. That's how I'm doing it, right? Because I'm trying to challenge myself. But again, I'm with tight stops and the right conditions and everything. And so I'm not trying to set an order where I'm going to need more capital for plunge protection in case it goes down. Like, I'm trying to make sure that, like, where I'm looking is where it's going to like bounce and then catch it on the way up. Like, that's the whole strategy. I'm trying to react to the market, not guess, like I had done previously. And I think you guys have heard me say that. And that strategy is like actually worked out really well. I've turned, and I'll open up Femex here in a second, but I've turned that $1,000 that I started in Femex. My contract account is now worth, let's see here, contract account. So the $1,000 is now worth, load you motherfucker, 3,200. So, like, it's crunch by just being patient. You know what I mean? Like, just being patient, by finding the right ways and entries to get in and get out, make a couple $100 and get out, and do it a couple times here and there. Or if again, I missed a massive trade yesterday, but it's okay. There'll be other ones, and that's the whole point. All right, what was next here? Oh, let's go to, We got way too many coins on this list. I'm gonna look at, this is what, Trademaster. Yeah, we had Trademaster on yesterday. Again, congratulations to Eddie for winning that NFT, guys. This is gonna be a you could, by getting 10,000 coins. I believe that, and then in conjunction with something else, gets you access to like the calls and all that stuff. And right now at 2 cents, 10,000 coins is not that much money. And so I would suggest maybe taking a look at that. Because like I as soon as I can get in and like do an Autobot, I'm going to, and I'm going to do a challenge where I will put whatever happens to be in my trading account at that particular moment. I'll put that same amount of money into the auto trader, and then I will start seeing who's performing better over time. So let's see, what do we got here on the chat? Shout out to you guys. Here we go. Turbo on the chart. Let's look at Turbo. I did want to look at that. Turbo USDT. We'll look at it on Femex, only because that's where we would probably go. Man, definitely would have loved to have taken advantage of that, having it back in early October and watching that pump. But this seems to be like a very natural and healthy correction. You look at, things may still be going down, but also at the same time, things may be starting to turn back up. Because it kind of has taken its little downturn, so it may be ready for its next leg up. And in fact, I probably would venture to bet that that's what's going to happen. See, like right here, it came back down. And see, that's why I was talking about, one thing you always want to check is, where do you have any kind of historical support resistance levels that were once a resistance and now a support? And you see that right here. That is what happened right here, is that it came back, touched that level, and has since gone back up. So this may be a time to get into this one if you're not into Turbo. Obviously, buyer beware, but it looks like to me, that looks like it's ready to make its leg back up. Like it's, things could change, but it looks juicy. Moonwell, Shapeshift, and Fox. Moonwell and Shapeshift Fox. Let's see. Let's go Moonwell. This is going to be maybe here. Moonwell. Moonwell on base. Is this? No, that can't be it. There's no liquidity. We might have to find a better way to do this. Because I would definitely like to get a contract address, because I feel like the liquidity is not right. There's no liquidity in any of those, even though it says on base. Let's try Shapeshift. Shapeshift Fox. Here we go. Oh, that thing absolutely ripped today, huh? This is on the 4 hour. This has been a nice little afternoon for Shapeshift Fox. How old is this token? Ellie, you're going to have to start sharing alpha a little bit before. I think all of us are getting sick of this, of you coming in here and dropping these alpha moves after they've happened. So we're going to have to figure something out. Let's see. Let's go on the daily. All right. So it's got some momentum. It's not down and out. It hasn't dinosaur tailed out. Potential, 3x or so, 2.5x to get back to all-time high. Hey, might be worth a couple. It's only at $134,000 market cap. 3 million tokens circulating supply. Okay. Shapeshift Fox, there you go. What else we got here? Math also on Coinbase. Swee, definitely interested in Swee. What else we got? Well, Moonwell. Maybe it's a sign. You are right, McNever. All right. Brett, please. Oh, man, I love Brett. Where do I have it? Do I have it saved here on Dex Tools? Is it one of my favorites? No, we can look at some of these other ones. Let's look at Squid Grow. Obviously, I totally double booked myself. The chart looks like trash on this, by the way. But listen, Shibtoshi he doesn't have to be doing this, and I think that Silent Swap is actually going to be doing some good things. I saw Crypto Face talk some good things about it, and I know that there are a lot of people that we all know in the industry on the team. I think that they are going to be doing some numbers pretty soon here. And so to get into this thing at under 2 cents, where if I'm not mistaken, it was either 2 or 3 cents, 2 cents after the migration. So it's not down. It's not down terribly. When did the migration happen? We can probably figure this out. It's when this big drop happened. It like pumped right before. I guess maybe this chart is because it's new. There we go. So it was 3 cents. So, man, you can get yourself a nice little discount. I fully expect that this is not going absolutely anywhere. I wasn't even showing you the chart. Damn. There you go. There it is. Now you can see the Squid Grow chart. But shout out to the Squid Grow fam for sure. What else we got on here? We got the Gotti, as you guys know. Going to be doing a Gotti giveaway tomorrow over on the morning show. So after this show today, I will be putting together a tweet, promo, doing all that stuff. So make sure you guys, if you want to try to win some Gotti, be in there tomorrow. So this one, $203. This is this is a low time to be buying it. And as you know, MKid, same thing with like Ship. MKid doesn't need to be here. He's got more money than all of us combined. He doesn't need to be here, but he's creating a project that rewards the patient, and it rewards the community, and it rewards the people who hold right now. That's the whole point of it. And so we did unfortunately had to stop our giveaway because too many people were selling, and it just negatively affected the price. But we'll find a way to make sure that our giveaways get to the right people. It gets to the holders, because the whole point was to build a community, not to sell for a quick $100. But we get it. Profit is profit and money is money. But that was against the point. But anyway, all right. Fuck the people on X. Give it to the YouTube. That wouldn't be fair, would it? All right. Let's look at base. And I want to look at, Brett. Let's look at Brett. And I want to look at on this chart. So let's share this one. Brett. USDT. Let's go on FEMEX. And we'll go to the Swapskis. Oof, man, if you got high IQ filter, if you got high IQ indicator, you'd be up 22%, and then add that to whatever leverage you got on there. If you've got 10X and you got 220%, y'all be fucking crushing it. We had them on yesterday. If you guys want to, like seriously, if this community wants to be serious about like getting involved in that, like we can make some things happen, and I can do some giveaways. We can do more stuff. We can fully integrate, but that you guys got to tell me if that's what you want. But this thing literally is picking winners. We learned how to use these Renko candles yesterday. These are more momentum based, and they are not time based like they go on money. So depending on the parameters and how you have it set up, like for instance, like these coins these candles right here. Let's go. Where do you get the setting for it? Well, that I would have to figure out, but I did learn yesterday. So like say for instance, every $20, so you don't see the bullshit in between all the up and down. When $20 up or $20 down has been filled, that's when the candle moves. And so it's a really good indication of where things are moving without having to deal with the bullshit in between. So that's those Renko candles. So I definitely had a great time learning about that yesterday. But obviously this trade was absolutely crushing it here on Brett. I love Brett. Brett is my biggest holding on base. I am super bullish on this being one of the meme coins that on that ecosystem is going to be the top dog. I cannot wait to see where this thing goes. At a 10-cent buy-in, like you can't go wrong. I mean, I don't know, a month and a half ago, it was down to 6 cents. So we definitely screwed the pooch, definitely missed the bottom there. But I mean, you're a few cents away. You cannot go wrong. I would definitely get yourself some dang quesadillas. I have to say, last run we would be screaming at that chart that it's dead. The Brett one or the Squid Grow one? I mean, it all depends. There's a couple down and out ones that they're down but not out is what I mean. And I think like for a Squid Grow, for example, like there was so much hype going into that migration that like right after it happened, it got sold because I think a lot of people expected it to go way up, but it never did. The Gotti chart, yeah. Gotti needs to like again the burning the selling tokens. Like there were days that I was giving away 6 tokens and immediately all 6 were going on the market, right? And with a token as rare as that, with only a couple hundred, again, there's like 400 and something available to buy right now, right? Before we were back in the 200s, like the low 200s, and I think we saw it like in the high 100s at one point, like when it was like 4,000 a piece. So like you see how fast that moves, how valuable those tokens are to the token price, and so 6 a day sometimes was just wrecking the fucking chart. And we just no way we could have gotten we had to stop it completely. And so I feel completely responsible for that aspect of it. Now, there's a lot of other people that were selling, and there were a lot of free tokens that went into the ecosystem in the beginning, and you consider that like your exposure rate. And so it's just it'll get better. It will get better because the whole idea is to build community of people who are willing to hold. And if you want to hold at least one token, that's an easy thing to have happen for you. And you just have to just be like, yeah, well, I want to hold one. So. Still got my 0.45 Gotti. There we go. Mike, one of these days, I'm going to make you a whole coiner. Don't you worry about that. In fact, it's your birthday. I'm going to hit you up after the show. We're going to make you a whole coiner at the end of the day, at today. I will do that for you. Happy birthday, my guy. All right. Well, I think that's it. I took you a little long. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you for doing that. Make sure that you smash the like, hit the heart, do the things that you got to do. Because, again, you basically want to go... You want to pat yourself on the back for being here. We learned some things. We saw some charts. We're a little bit smarter, hopefully. Definitely a lot better looking now than we were an hour and a half ago or hour and 10 minutes ago. So appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys. It was Ellie's birthday yesterday. Well, Ellie, shoot me your Solana Phantom address. I'll shoot you some Gotti so that I'll look into your wallet, see what you got, and we'll make you a whole coin or two. All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure you smash the like on the way out, but make sure you make yourself a better person, right? It's all about that consistency. It's all about showing up. It's all about being 1% better. Just put those feet in front of the other and walk. And sometimes you will take that step back, and it's okay. But most of the time, if you are continuing to move forward, it is going to better your life. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your night. See you at 7. See you at 7. We got Mr. Dude and I. We got the Chop Shop coming up in an hour and 45 minutes. And if you cannot make that, that's A-okay. You can either watch on the replay or never. I don't care. But make sure that you tune in at 9 a.m. Eastern. I do care. I don't know why I said that. You know that I care. You guys know that about me. And then don't forget about Pizza Day tomorrow. Boom. Adios, amigos. Ciao for now.